Hello, my name is Luke from Luke Necklace Studios, and I'm going to be doing a devlog video here on Chomp N Cheeky. Version 1.2.0 alpha was released on Friday for you to have a look at here. And the main content of this update is to improve just overall functionality and provide more information to the player in terms of helpful information, how to play the game, and being able to access that information. Like when you go into the game here, you get these pop-ups that come up, and when you go and collect certain things, or when certain things happen, like when an enemy comes out of their spawning point for the first time, you get these pop-ups, and you get told all information about those pop-ups, and you go, okay, no worries. You go, okay, and you might be playing the game, and as a new player, you might actually think, well, I've got all this information happening here. Sometimes, taking a dolly steps, which is why I've actually, put pop-ups as you encounter them, which would help. But in case you actually forget one of these features, I've put a number of different improvements in the blue question mark here. So when you open up the blue question mark, we actually have an in-game menu. In the in-game menu, you have access at the moment to the help directory, the bug report, which was normally what would happen when you press the blue question mark, but that's now being sorted into a button, and a routine to go back to the main menu. So the help directory would basically be looking like this, and you have a look at all the tabs that you got here. These tabs will just be buttons that you can click on that will display information down the bottom here and talk about those features again, like movement, like finding the key and pressing enter over the door, which was one that new players would actually have a bit of trouble remembering to do. So a lot of these things you can just access again without having to play the whole game again to go and get those pop-ups and reread them, which would be, of course, very frustrating for a player. So you can read about all these things even though you haven't actually encountered them in the game yet, whether or not you have, and you just get information about how you can do that. So these are all the features that are in the shareware version. You can read them and how they work. Bug report works as normal. You may see some updates to the visual effect of all this, or the design of all this at some point. Because as I said in my previous video, there was none of the graphics are final, and obviously I still have sound and music to add. There's also going to be a save and load feature as well, even in the shareware version, so that will come eventually. And to go to the main menu, just click on main menu, and it will just take you straight there. Maybe some other functionality improvements will be coming for that at some point as well. You can always go back into the game if and it won't go through all the pop-ups again that you have, because you haven't actually closed the game off yet. So it remembers that you have already seen those pop-ups, but you still can always access them back in the help directory. There's been other fixes as well with this. So for example, as you can see down here, there's two bars. One is for treasure and the other one is for runes. As you collect treasure, instead of actually seeing both of these, by the way, in the top left-hand corner, you will actually see a percentage sign here. Well, that's going to bars, and the bars will fill up as you collect treasure or activate runes. And when you collect all the treasure or activate the rune, the icon will also light up to say that you've collected all of the treasure or activated all of the runes on that level. So it's basically just level progress, just to show that you can actually you should probably do these things as well. So a lot of this down here is going to be organized and utilized. The space for them is going to be a bit more of focus around that at some point. However, more onto fixes and whatnot. I'm just being chased by Chomp here, as you can see. So I'm just going to go around here. But I've also been trying to work on Chomp's AI, and I know that I mentioned in a devlog on itch that I would be looking at improving Chomp's AI to focus on the bread. And I've had a lot of think about this, especially ever since introducing the lolly packet. And I find that the mechanics around the lolly packet are to, you know, lure a chomp or to bait chomp or to, you know, get chomp to go where you want to go. So I've got that as a feature, main focus feature for that. So if he is not in an area where you need him to be, dropping a lolly would probably be advisable. As you can tell, you know, he goes into that area. Something else I want to show you here as well is that when you do lose Chomp, he will accurately throw up a question mark every single time, as opposed to only sometimes. That was a problem before, but that will now accurately display. And I'm still working on some issues revolving around the head indicator as well, but that will come in fixes. So yeah, placing a lolly is very strategical. There's a lot about, you know, thinking, you know, where to place a lolly, how many to place, and, you know, you've got to sort of think about that in the game. You know, that's part of the game, to think about that. And, you know, how you can uncover or make available objects that are either underneath the bread or trapped around, trapped inside the bread in some fashion. So they are all the improvements that I actually have with the game. Now, in terms of what I'm currently got planned, I'll just have a look here. I'm pretty sure I have mentioned everything. Yes, I have. Yeah, there's been some bug fixes, more bug fixes to come. But in terms of what is going to be in development next, I'm still collecting feedback on how all these features are sort of working, you know, how players are responding to them, and continuing to make fixes and tweaks that, you know, people run into, and that I run into. We'll be soon moving over to level design on the full version on the Twitch stream, so there may not be too many more videos in terms of the shareware version at this stage, unless there's another major or minor update. There will be more minor updates coming to the shareware version. For example, I've got to do a save and load feature, as I said before, and there's graphics, sound, you know, and there might be a few other things that will also be, you know, become available in the shareware version to players' delight. However, there will be a lot of focus on, you know, the Twitch content that I've got going at the moment. So if you want to see how I'm going with the game, please head over to my Twitch channel. I stream 9 AM to 4 PM every day, Australian Sydney time. So feel free to check me out there. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Contact me in some fashion. I'm happy to answer them. Any feedback about the game, I'm also happy to, you know, discuss that with you and, you know, take that feedback in as well. Very open with that. But, you know, in the meantime, I hope you have fun with the game as it is so far. And that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.